Alrighty, welcome back to the stream, and welcome back once again to some adventures in game dev as we slowly build BlockBall, the world's best, totally not Pong game. Music once again being provided by StreamBeats.com. Go check out that website for all your, well, not necessarily all your, copyright-free streaming music, but a lot of it. This is the drum and bass playlist today. Alright, so my plan for today is the following. Making rooms. Now, one thing that... Let's go to my to-do list here. Other screens, yeah. So, we got the title screen, winner... settings menu, credits. So the idea is when you are making a game, each part of the game is effectively sectioned off into different rooms. So if I wanted to play the main menu, that's its own room, and then I would go into the actual game, which is a separate room. I have room game, for example, right here. Right there, that's where I'm currently setting up. And I have room 1 here, which used to be the main room, but I could set it up for something else. So let's rename this, actually. Let's call it room main menu. New main, actually. So actually rename that menu. Alright, so room menu main. Calling it that because I'm going to have room menu settings and room menu, you know, whatever else, in case I need it. But this is main menu. Right. So, there's our main menu room right now. It's blank. Eventually, this will be the room that we load into by default. But for now, it's blank. Actually, I should probably set it to be the room I load into by default. How do I do that? There you go. So, now... when I load up the game, instead of loading into the game room, it'll load up into the main menu room, which is just a blank screen. It's not being captured currently, so let me fix that. Window capture. Oh, I see. I was using it for the Bloodborne one. There we go. Created by GameMaker Studio. There we go. This is literally all that there is currently. It's just this black screen. There's nothing going on in it. Nothing to see. So, let's change that. First, let's add a background to this. What does this do? Does this change colors or something? Oh, I see. So I can actually, like, highlight it. Got it. That's what that does. Is my cursor being captured? It is. Good. So, let's see here. Create... background. There we go. Let's change this to something not black. I can change it to a sprite. Actually, you know what? I got a better idea. Hold on a second. I've got an image I can pull off. Because I did make this image a while back, and I just... like, I had it, and I didn't really use it for anything. I just made it for this, pretty much. I was looking for it, and apparently I didn't keep the original files. Or if I did, I don't remember where I put them. So I'm just gonna grab that. Sprite. Let's see. Create. So you create, Sprite. Let's call this, menu, Sprite, menu, Menu, main, back. Since I might need to do other things here. Import. Okay, so I'm just gonna grab this from here, where I download the file. There you go. Now I've got my image. This is the one I use on the itch.io page. Stretch. There we go. So now it fits the entire thing. And now if I open it up. Yeah! BlockBall! Look at that. It's tedious, but it works. Alright. That'll do. For the time being. So now, we want to add 3 things here. I want to create 3 more sprites. And we're going to call this one Sprite, let's see, Start. We're going to create Sprite settings. And we're going to create Sprite exit. Alright, now these are just going to be very simple little sprites just to sort of get things functional. So Sprite exit, let's edit the image here. We're going to just... Oh, right, I gotta do one other thing, too. Let's create a new sprite, and then sprite... Whoop. Menu selector. So that'll just be a highlighter box that's gonna, like, show me, like, okay, this is what I'm currently selecting. So let's actually draw this one first. Let's make this one nice and easy. Is there a way to, like, mirror myself? Ellipse tool, polygon tool. Flip brush, rotate brush. Is there really no, like, mirror option? Oh, let me check this out real quick. Edit image. Image at the top, that's flip. Okay, there's no, like, mirror what you're doing, which is a little annoying. Okay, I'm just gonna do the line tool. I want to change this one. Let's make this like a bright yellow. How do I change the thickness of this? That might be a bit much. Actually, no, this is fine. Let's do to there. So it's on one... Do like that. Go. There we go. So that's going to be like the selector icon. And now I will just make a black one and make this like 2. There we go. Actually, make that 1. 2 is still too big. So I want to do a outline here. This. There we go. That looks pretty good, I think. So now I got a little sprite selector thing that'll just sit on top of whatever I'm doing. So now let's go to... any of them, really. So here's exit. Edit the image. Let's call it, let's just, let's gonna make this like a green, let's say. Fill this in. Then throw some text on it. Make that black. It's gonna be exit. Let's make it 30? Oh, that's too big. How do I move this? No, really, how do I move something? Okay, that's going to move the entire thing. Let's make this down to like 20. Okay, so I just want this text centered. How do I... Oh, it's got all my fonts included. Good. So where's Kremlin? Eh, whatever. Open Sans is fine. No, really, how do I center this? I think why it does this is because you're not supposed to do it this way. You're supposed to, like, actually call the text onto the sprite for the menu object. You're not supposed to do it this way. So actually, I'm gonna not do this. Okay, I'm just gonna actually, you know what? Let's get rid of these ones. Sprite exit. Delete this. Delete this. And just edit this one. And this is going to be... Actually, you know what would probably be better? Hold on a second. I'm going to just open Photoshop real quick. What's the actual, like... What's the actual size of this thing? 64 by 64? Okay, that's easy enough. Let me just... 64 by 64. I'll just do it in Photoshop because that's way easier than doing it in this. I want to do it all in GameMaker just because, like, I want to learn the tools, but at this point, it's just going to be easier to do a better job if I do this. I'm just going to real quickly. There we go. Let's add some bevel and emboss there. Should be good. Make this a nice, like, green, lighter green, a little darker. Yeah, looks good. All right, turn off that. Let's export that as a PNG. Or rather, save that as a PNG export. What am I doing? All right, let's button. All right, so let's just go back. Let's import this and button.png. There we go. See, look at that, nice and quick. Took me 2 seconds to do in Photoshop. Collision's going to be rectangular because I don't actually need it to be like exact. I just need it to be on the thing, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so let's go back to the room menu here. Let's add a new. Right, I did have a UI layer. So new instance layer. Let's call that rename layer, and let's call it a UI. Oh, wait. Yes. Ooh, yes, of course. Yes, right, of course. So I gotta make an object menu thingy. Although, I guess I probably need to do multiple objects, right? Like this one, I would actually need to create multiple objects. So let's create a new object and call it object. Let's go menu start. Let's just rename this one too. So Sprite, and that's going to be menu button. There we go. Sprite menu. Collision mask, same as Sprite. Visible event. Okay, so add event. On the create event. I want to set a bunch of text stuff for this. So I'm just going to pull it from... It was here, right? Yeah, the draw. So text alignment, center and top. Font, okay. So that's on the create event. And then I'm going to draw the text. So draw, I need to draw GUI. Draw transform value. X, Y, let's say 0, 0. And then... Yeah, I'll just copy this. So, draw GUI. Okay, so we're going to do caption. It's going to be start game. Oops. Awkward. That wasn't the right thing. 0, 0, relative. There we go. So room menu, let's add this in here. And let's run it to see what it does. There we go. So it did work. It did, in fact, draw the text as needed. So if I just stretch it out all the way, it's going to be on the left side of the screen, yeah? Yeah, exactly. Because it's aligned to 0, 0. So let's go back here. Instead of being, let's see, I want X to be 32. So that should place it right in the middle of that button, no matter where it is. Except it doesn't. So it actually would place it. Okay, so let me just. How do I. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 10. See, is this gonna be big enough? I really wish it was easier to, like, position these things. Okay, so what's the actual center point here? Like 416, 192. So it's 670 versus 414, let's say, or 415. So 200. There we go. Look at that. It's not perfect, but it'll do for the time being. All right. Okay, so let's do a... Let's make a new object here as well. Create object. And we're going to make this obj menu select selector. And collect the menu selector. There you go. Same with Sprite. Now what I want to do is I want to have this thing like attach, it's like a normal menu thing. When you, like over here, for example, if I click this, I push down, it moves down, right? I want to have it like attached to each one of those specific things. So let's see here. Let's create. And also, let me do a step right here. So on each step, mouse down, key released, mouse pressed, mouse button pressed, mouse down, mouse released, key pressed, key down. Check if a mouse button is held or released. If mouse button left is pressed, then what do I do? Get instance variable, set instance alpha, animation speed, start side, get call parent event. Okay, so there is a nearest instance function, which is instance nearest. Or rather, that's not a function, is it? That's just like a target. Let me see here. So nearest nearest 2. Okay, instance nearest function will check all the things. So instance underscore nearest xy object. Okay, so how would I... Okay, so then I guess it would be get instance variable or instance nearest. Nearest to, what's the mouse? What's the syntax for mouse location? Mouse location. Do I do mouse? Okay, there is in fact a mouse X and mouse Y. Read-only variable returns the current X-axis position of the mouse within the room. Perfect. So it would be get instance variable. Let's see, mouse X, mouse Y. Okay, so what was the syntax for instance? Instance nearest. So instance nearest object. Object to check for instances of. So it would be... This would actually be the menu item, the menu object. So this would actually just be object menu. And I would have to... I think I could still do it. I think I can still do it. Okay, so let's rename this just object menu. Yes, object menu. There we go. So get instance variable, and this will be... wait, no, I don't want this. I want... Get the value... No, I don't want X coordinate or anything like that. I want... How do I get the thing from it again? I had this going on in the ball collision. Okay, so it's ball collision with the paddle, right? Yeah. Set direction variable. Okay, where's the ball? Thing with a wall. Yeah, instance variable. Set speed clip. Paddle. Sign variable. Ah, there it is. So it's a sign variable equal to, let's say current selection. Value is an ID value for that specific menu object. Which doesn't quite work. Unless I start targeting specific instances, which I could do. So let's do that for now, at least. Okay, so mount the breath. So I want to the set. No. Assign variable. That's actually what I wanted to do. Okay, this is actually targeting the thing incorrectly, isn't it? Okay, so assigning a variable, let's get, so what this will currently do is will currently get, this will get the ID of the nearest instance to the mouse click. Okay, so if the mouse is clicked, get this, which will be close menu close selected. So value is equal to that, and then this applies to self. So assign the value to itself. Right? Like this is getting assigned to itself. Yeah, assigned to itself the value last hit, which is the contacted thing's player number. So in this case, the object menu selector, when a mouse is clicked, it will assign to itself the variable menu selected, which is the ID of the thing being clicked on. Now, so then we'd have to set up multiple instance IDs, and I can just do if checks for that. So I just want to just do, let's do ifs. If so doing that, so if mouse is pressed, I only want this to trigger if the mouse is pressed. If it isn't pressed, I don't want it to do anything. So if menu selected is equal to whatever, then do that thing, do this, do this. There we go. And this would be like, I don't know, inst menu start, inst menu setting, inst menu exit. Oh, one more. Almost forgot. Inst menu credit. There you go. So that's all it's going to do. And if it does each of those things, it'll go to room, wrap around room, go to a specific room, and this one will be going to room game. Just like that, simple. So, this initiates the menu selected there. Let's, variable definition. Let's just create a new variable here. Let's call it menu selected, just so it's automatically initialized at the start here. As a real number. No, I want it to be whole number. Those expressions. Actually, I don't even need to do that because this will this actually initialized the variable right there. Okay, so let's also make a couple more rooms here. Let's create a room. We're going to call this room settings. I'll deal with that one later. Okay, another one. Create room credits. There we go. And then finally exit. There you go. All right, so that's it. That should take care of things. I'll have to do stuff on the create event, I suppose. I really don't know how to move to each of the things, but mouse pressed. That's on if mouse press. I want so actually what I want to do here is movement, set point directions, jump to specify position. Yes, actually this is good. Jump to specify position. It's going to be okay. At all points, it's gonna always check what the closest menu position is, right? Okay, so let's go with this. Actually works fine. So menu, assign the variable menu selected, which is going to be instance nearest this. So let's go with menu selected dot X and menu selected dot Y. There we go. So that should do it. So at every step, it's always going to check. It's always going to get the closest instance. It's going to always get the closest instance ID for whatever. Then I can use that to put in for a point to jump to. It'll always jump to the X and Y of the thing. And then if I click, it'll do the thing. Okay, so let's add, I have game, or start rather, settings, credit, and exit. Exit and credit. So start, settings, credit, exit. There we go. Let's space these out a little bit more. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this is fine. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, this will work fine. This will work fine. Okay. So now let's go into each of these instances here. This is going to be, let's zoom in here so I can see. Inst menu start. I gotta make sure I have these things named correctly. There you go. Yep. Good. Instance menu settings. All right. Instance menu credit. Instance menu exit. There we go. So, let's try this out. Come on, no break. Okay, good. Oh, I didn't put the fucking thing in here, did I? look at that! Yeah! Okay, this is obviously not quite right. It's not quite there, but I'm actually pretty close. So if I go here, it starts the game. And it's not the right resolution. It should be larger. Why is it so... Why is it off? That's actually... Why is that off? That doesn't make sense. Why is it off? Something happened to the UI? Okay, where's object UI? Also, I'm gonna change this. Rename the object UI game. There. Just because I need that one to be in this room specifically instead of the other UI. 960, 100. What is going on here? Why is the thing in the wrong position? Oh, you know why? You know why? I bet I know why. Let's see. What is this? This is a 19 by 20, 1920 by 1080? Yeah, it is. This isn't. This room is a very different resolution. How do I change that? Yeah, there it is. There we go. That explains it. That's what was happening. Because it was loading in based on the original this room's resolution, which means that everything else was working based on that, basically. Okay, now... Perfect. Let's do this. Yeah, look at it go, baby. Alright, so we got our games selected here. It actually is working a little bit better like this. Still a little funky right here, for example, when it's too close, but right here it's fine. Start game. Okay, so... Alright, so that's set now. Let's change a couple of things here now. Let's do... Create... Let's do a new object here, and this is going to be obj UI menu. And we're basically just going to copy a lot of the stuff over from the UI game thing. And this is going to be on the draw GUI. Just to simplify things a bit. Okay, so draw, object menu. That's weird. Run it. There you go. Alright, so this is going to be start start game. This is going to be settings. This is going to be credits. And this is going to be exit game. Alright, so just get rid of that. Alright, now, to make things nice and simple for me, we can do inst menu start .x .y There we go. So now, delete that. Let's make these 3. Why not? Just make everything nice and even for the time being, because I got to move these things around anyway. All right. So now that should not work because I haven't implemented yet, and also the other one is currently still drawing that GUI, so let's get rid of that. I don't even need these, do I? Get rid of that event. Okay, so object UI menu. Just put you up here. And start game, settings, credits, exit. We have things working. Okay, so now for this, it'd be fairly easy. Just move it. So plus, let's say 200 for the X. That should just move it to, like, roughly the center of the thing, because I don't know how long those sprites are. Yeah, there we go. And now, the nice part is, no matter where I move these sprites, that'll always be in the same place. No matter what I do with these sprites, this text will always attach to it and move to it. Same goes for the selector. Also, let me change that selector sprite a little bit, because it's not quite big enough. It looks bad, but it's fine. Yeah! Woo! Okay. That should have been on the UI level, not there. That was a mistake. Wait a minute, am I on the... Okay, good. I was worried there for a second. Get rid of that real quick. Put this in the UI layer, so I don't have to worry about that not getting drawn first. Alright, so mouse works. Start game. Play game. Boy, no. All right, so next up is going to be a little bit trickier because I'm not sure entirely how to do this. I want it to like... So I could do a mouse-driven menu right now, but I'd like to do keyboard-driven as well, just optionally. So I guess it would probably be, because what this is doing effectively is it's always, every single second, it's always getting the closest menu to the selector, right? Which is the mouse. But what I want to do is I want to have it override that if the keyboard gets pressed. Just if the keyboard gets pressed, it shuts down this part until the mouse moves. Which I actually think I can do. So let's do an if right here. This actually goes under there. Or rather, this entire thing... Would it do that, or would it go the other way? So what I do... Can I do, like, if, Okay, so how do I check if a mouse is moved? So, let's see, oh, that's a good idea. So here's what it does then, right? Okay, so here's the thing. So let's assign a variable right here. Alright, variable definition on, actually no, on create a... let's create a new variable here. Let's call it mouse priv x, and its current value is going to be 0, let's say, right? So if mouse priv x is equal to mouse x, then, or rather is not equal to mouse x, then we go down this chain where it starts moving to the keyboard stuff. Yeah, this is just nice. All right, so if mouse previous x is not equal to mouse previous x, then in that case, I'm going to do it this way. Menu selected is equal to the closest thing to the mouse, the instance nearest to the mouse for, you know, whatever it is. And then, so mouse x equals mouse x. Then assign that. And then also, right here, name mouse under prev x is equal to mouse x. There. So it'll check what the closest. If the mouse has moved, the previous value of x will be different from the current value of x. Right? Because it's really hard to keep it steady even if you haven't done that. Actually, I don't care about x. It should be y. Because I literally do not care if the mouse moves horizontally or not. I want it to be I want it to be vertical. So it'll constantly do that, and then otherwise, and then if it's going to jump to the closest menu to that. Otherwise, right? Now, how do I do keyboard? How would I do this with a keyboard? So I want it to be like, if it's on start, I want to push down, let's say, and it'll move to settings. So how do I do that? How do I move it to the settings? Okay, I'll figure that out. How do I do that though? Because the easy way would be to just jump it to specific coordinates, right? But how do I do that without doing it? Like, the easiest way would probably be an array setup, where I just have, like, this is menu object 1, 2, 3, 4, and whenever I press down, it increments it up by 1, and when I press up, it reduces the number by 1, and then it loops back around because you can just do easy math there. Actually, is that the best way to do it? I'm still not 100% sure how to do arrays here. Yeah, that would actually be the easiest way to do it, because I would just go like... What I would just do is I'd be like, it would just be something like, what, jump to, and then, object, or inst menu 1.x/y, and then every time I would just push down, on down press +1 to that, or -1, and then if -1 or plus or 5, then 4 or 1. So just like it would just loop around in that case, and then it would do that. So how exactly would I go ahead? Okay, I gotta look it up, because I had the thing... Where is it? It's on my to-do list. Anyway, technically speaking, this... Oh yeah, this is not done yet. I needed to create a title screen done. Settings menu, technically is there. I also have the credits. Like, the only thing I haven't done is I haven't done a winner screen for actually when you finish it, which is something to deal with later. Let's see. Using arrays and drag and drop. Let's see how this works. Using arrays and drag and drop. Assign variables. Arrays. Array... Essentially, an array is a single variable that can hold multiple values, with each value being identified by an integer number between square brackets placed after the variable name. The number should start at 0 and increment by 1 for every value you want to hold in an array. Yeah, okay. Arrays can make tracking and maintaining general player values much easier, as they do away with the need for a jumble of different variables. That's true, because you can have player 1 is player bracket 1 dot score and whatnot. Card games, good for keeping track of cards in hands. That's true, because each card, there's only 52 cards in a deck. So you can just go, this is blah, 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 these are the cards. High score, yeah, okay. Creating an array. Arrays create using variables, using the comment section, blah, blah. An array can also be local instead of global in scope. Start by creating an array to hold various player values like health, score, and mana. We declared a variable player, and we go into 3 values numbered from 0 to 2. Using the square brackets. This is a basic one-dimensional array. Arrays can have more than one dimension. We'll get to that later. You can remember how many values an array can hold, and all values are indexed consecutively. You can perform operations on the array just as you would in a variable. Here's some examples. So, player 1, yeah, assign variable. That just treats it as a normal variable name. So, naming array positions. When using arrays, sometimes it makes sense to have numbers, each of the positions. For example, a high score array. The values number from 0 to 9, but when working with context, it's hard to keep track of exactly which position. Consider that we gave blah for an array of health, score, and mana, but imagine we expanded that to include ammunition, gamepad, index, sprite, image, blah, blah. More values an array holds, the harder it could be. To help with this, you can create macros for each of the values. A macro in this complex is simply a name variable constant that will never change throughout the game. Creating a macro is easy and requires using the macro action. The important thing here is that each macro should be a value consecutive with the previous, and once created, you can use them instead of numbers to identify an array position. Oh! That's really good! So, just as an example here, let's create a test object here. Let's go object.test. Okay, so add event, create. So on create, we're going to create a variable here, and let's create 3 variables. Let's call it var1, var, oops, var, why is it capitalized? 2, and var 3, right? So now I need to find the macro. So value 0, or it's going to be 1, 2, 3. This will be HP, money, or rather HP, money, mana. There you go. The important thing here is that each macro should be a value consecutive with the previous. Our player array declaration now looks like this. So now I can use this to be, this can be HP now, this can be money, and this can be mana. Just like that. And that'll all get converted immediately over into, you know, 1, 2, 3 as time goes on. Two-dimensional arrays. Or it's going to be either 1 or 2 dimensions. If you think 1-dimension array being like a list, then 2-dimension is a grid. Yeah, okay. 1D arrays, you can perform operations with the different array positions and also use macros to name them. Initialize a 2-day array inventory with 9 different slots positions. Loop. So these are high score. Nothing you can do with arrays. Pass them through scripts that we use to return the instance to call the scripts. And script returns a temporary array. Okay. Alright. So that's basically how that's how arrays work, right? Now, I'm just gonna get rid of this for the moment. I don't need it. It's just this is a little testy thing just to check my syntax and whatnot. Alright, so what was I doing? Yeah, I was, God, what was I working with just now? I was working on, right, trying to select things. And the reason I was doing that is because I was trying to go with... God. So how would I do this with that? If I was to convert this into an array... be something like... So... Weird, why'd that go away? That's weird. I don't know why that disappeared. Anyway, if I was doing that, it would be something like... I would create a variable... The variable would be like test... It would be... Okay, I think I know what it would do. I think I know what I would do here. So, I go to this point. Wait, so I'd create an array which is on create step. Let's create some variables here too. I would do select one? I also need to look up how to do the incrementing with this, because I'm not sure exactly how to implement that. If I score, you want to initialize the for loops, something like this. Create 2 arrays, one for the score, one for the name associated with the score. Variable side player. So set variable. So I'd want to hit, okay, the idea is I hit down, it increments the value of the menu by 1, so that I can go like, okay, it's, I mean, if I want to, it could be like, it starts at 4, then goes down, but whatever, it doesn't really matter what the numbers are. So if I do that, is 1 equals 0, condition 1 is less than 20, increment 1 plus. I'm just on the cusp. I'm just trying to like. Okay, so I think what I would do is actually do menu 1 like this, and that's gonna be inst menu start .x or no .y. What am I thinking? I think it's just that, actually. Menu 2. Menu 3. Menu 4. And this will be inst menu settings. Menu exit. There we go. So I got the array set up. So menu 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's basically just getting the ID value for each of those, right? Or rather, the instance name. So then what I can do is, on my step thing here, if the mouse has moved, it'll set it to that. And it'll jump to menu selected.x, menu selected.y. If the mouse has not moved, so let's do key is pressed. Let's go down, and then if key is pressed, this one will be up. So this will be assign a variable. How exactly do this? It says to do a for loop. I suppose I can start the array at 0. Yeah, I can start the array at 0. 1, 2, 3. There we go. So if key pressed is down, then do for loop? No. So how do I do this if mouse pressed or... Increment on key press. I guess it would just... How would I do this exactly? Would I go to... Would it just be... It wouldn't just be set assign variable... No. No, it wouldn't be. A while loop? The key press down. No. Okay, if this... No, that's not it. Switch. Oh! This actually might do it. No. Okay. Also, why did my playlist stop making music? What happened there? I thought I set this thing to loop. There we go. I think my GameMaker Studio guru is currently unconscious, so I'm not going to be able to get any answers from them anytime soon. How do I do this? I'm using a leaf drop. I'm just trying to figure out how exactly to increment this value. Like, how do I increment the value on this thing in drag and drop? I know how to do it for the loops, because the loops actually... Well, not this one. No. Not that. This loop actually does, like... Well, no, not the while loop. It's the for loop. Because this one actually has, like, I in it. But how do I increment it without doing that? So what I want to do is I want to take this. That's not even what I want to do. Wait, no, yes, it is what I want to do. Because I want to pull that out, and I want to pull that I into menu. So it would be like this. BK down, and then I guess it'd be assign. Wait, that doesn't seem right either. No, wait, this is assigning a value to individual array members. That's not what I want. I want to get the value from the array members. The array position, yeah, okay. Check the array position if... So, okay. I want to get the individual array values from this thing. Oh, I got a message. Okay, so it's a signed variable, apparently. So I guess I would go here. Let's go assign. So assign variable, so it'd be menu I and I minus 1. Okay, so that should do it. That's down, and then this actually should be +1, shouldn't it? -1. Yeah, hold on a second. I just gotta screen snip this. So I can send this image over. Okay, so apparently it should actually just be I, like this. Like that. Okay, so apparently that'll do it. Okay, so and then if, okay, let me get an if in here. Okay, so if I is equal to 5, then I'm just gonna, can I favorite this? How do I favorite these? Make favorite, there you go. Okay, so assign. I'm also gonna make this one favorite. Then I is equal to 0. Actually, this should be 3 or 4. And then if this, same thing in this case. Actually, this should be, okay, I'm just gonna. So if that is there, then is equal to -1. Then I assign that a value of 3. There we go. So, all right, so that's menu selected. Okay, so if the mouse is moved, the Y will be affected there, right? It gets the closest instance to that, sets it to the menu selected variable, and then does that. Okay, so do that. Okay, so that the mouse thing is pretty much set. I think the mouse is good. For this, now, key pressed, VK down. That'll increment that, and that'll increment that. Now I want to set on at the heels of all of these, I want to set a menu selected object for those as, or menu selected variable for those ones as well. So, okay, this is giving me the thing here, right? So, I guess then at the end of this, this is a variable, if variable, blah, blah. There we go. Drop. If that's pressed, then this should actually go underneath here. If variable, so then select this here. That'll be, so it'll be menu selected is equal to menu I. There we go. So that'll change that. Same thing goes here. Okay, let's go. Shit. Menu selector mouse previous Y not set before reading it. Got it. Oh, God, I messed that up. That's why. Menu selected, not set before reading it. Okay, and then let's just create a new variable here in that case. You selected. Unable to find instance or object index 0. X menu selected dot X. Let's do this then. Just set that as the default. There we go. Okay, that works. So now if I do this as well, not touching the mouse. Okay. Menu selector I, not set before reading it. Okay, so the keyboard does not work. Let's just set the variable here. Let's make this I just set to 0 for now. There we go. Okay. Yeah! Okay, mouse moves. Perfect. Look at that. Mouse moves. We got control. All right, now up. I'm pressing down. Just scrolls right through. Pressing up, it scrolls right through. And now I need to do enter. If I press enter, then it needs to do this. All right. Okay, so how do I... Okay, now here comes the tricky part. How do I do this so I don't have to copy this if enter? I mean, I can. It's not like it's hard. I can literally just copy-paste it, but there's got to be an easier way to do if mouse pressed. I suppose I could just do this. So if mouse pressed, assign variable. Okay, let's just do this. So if enter is equal to 1. It's an easy way to do it. So if mouse pressed, and then if I want key, and if key pressed, let's make this function letter other. Is it enter? Where's enter? Enter. There we go. And let's assign a new variable here. Just call it enter. Make that 0. Okay, and then variable enter is equal to 1. Enter is equal to 1. And then at the very bottom here, enter is equal to 0. There you go. Actually, you know what? Let me move that. Let me put that right here so that there's no chance it's not going to activate. If enter is equal to 1, it immediately goes to 0 and then does the menu selection. Okay, let's go. So first off, yep, mouse movement, yep, good. Keyboard movement, good. And start game. Enter button worked! Yeah, baby! Oh, yeah, we're in the money! Okay. Excellent! Perfect. Alright, so that does that. And look at this. It made it so much easier. I don't have to do like a bunch of if statements to go like blank to blank, blank to blank. Like if it's on settings, push up, go to exit. If down, go to... if it's on start game, push up, go to exit. Push down, go to settings and all that nonsense. I don't have to do any of that because I can increment. And because they're all indexed, I can do whatever, really. And you know what? Just for funsies, let's do this. Let's add a macro in here. So macro 54. Let's go, start. Settings. Credit. Exit. And now I can do this. And it's actually there on the macro thing, which I appreciate. So 0, 1, 2, 3. It's a keyword, so that's why I can't use it. And good work. It's beautiful. Let me see here. Oh, an event. I see. Other user events. Ah. So I can actually do this user event, whichever user event, and then have it if it does that, whatever. So what I would do is, instead of doing what I did here, basically, which is create a variable and have it do this, I would just call user event, which is event 0 being this, and I'd be able to just do that. So hey, that's cool. That's fancy. Very cool. Okay. I can get rid of this for now. Let's say synchronous. HTTP networking? What is... Huh. Alright, well, that's something. The big part, though, is we now have working menus. Keyboard control and mouse control, baby. Yeah. Alright, so the only two rooms that actually work are the game room and the set and the game room works. The exit button works. That's it. So let me just do something else here real quick that's nice and simple. Can't inherit? Suppose I haven't really mucked around with it. So let's just go here then. Yeah, let me just background. Just drag that image back in here, because might as well reuse things since I've got them. BlockBall. I can animate this static image if I really wanted. Alright, I'm being told to look into object inheritance. I'm just gonna put this in my to-do list. There we go. I'll take a look at that another time. Alright, now back to this. Let's create this room. I just don't know why it's not inheriting the stuff. Let's try something here. Let's go here. I'm gonna load up the game. Let's go with credits. Hold on, that's weird. Why did that happen? So what happens here if I don't... Okay, it takes a second before it kicks in. So credits does keep the resolution. That's fine then. Okay, let's make a new object. Create object. It's going to be UI credits. Oh, I see. That's the only thing I had in there? Okay. Was that really the only thing I had in there? Huh. Whatever works. Okay. Okay, credits, I feel like there's gotta be an easier way to do this, right? There's definitely an easier way to do this. Yeah, there we go. That's what I thought. There's text file stuff. Useful way to store large amounts of data externally from your game. Contrary to .ini files, you have to 32 text files open at once. Let's see. Text file open read. File text open read fname. All right, well, let's create a text file here that I will actually be using. Where do I put these things? Open on I write and I file. If file exists, delete, copy, rename, save, load. Load a file into buffer. File name file.txt. Target buffer. How do I... Specify, give me a string number or value. How do I get stuff from text? There's gotta be an easier way to do this, right? Maybe I can do this? Let's see, let's go note credits. Okay. How do I load this thing in? Is that even possible? Let's see, what else? Maybe GameMaker Studio 2. The actual itch page. Hold on. Where is it? There it is. Okay. So now, what do I do with this? Get draw font, text align, get draw value, draw transfer set font, get draw font. How would I get this through here, actually? course. So object UI credits. Slap that in there. Since this is basically the only thing that's going to be in here, it doesn't really matter a whole lot. Now my menu, yeah, whatever. Oh yeah, also, while I'm dueling with the credits stuff real quick, add a step value where if key pressed, others, escape, then go to room, we're going to go to menu, there you go. So if escape gets pressed, goes to the main menu. Alright, so then step, and then, yeah, I don't know, this is fine. Okay, that one worked. Oh, it's because I was starting on a different thing. That's why. It starts on a different value. Right, that makes sense. Alright, that's whatever. Right, I don't have anything in the draw. Right, forgot about that part. Let's go with 860 and 540. Yeah, and then press escape, go back to the main menu. I'm going to actually get rid of this background because it's actually very hard to see. Let's get rid of that sprite and change the color to... There you go. Just nice nothing color. Created by AyotoCorp. Woo! It works! Mostly. I'll probably want to disable settings for the time being because I'm not going to muck around with those just yet. Because that's a whole other bag of worms. Bag of worms. Yes, that's the correct phrase. Okay, let's see. To use note to get text. It's gotta be in draw someplace. Gamepad, movement, collision, drawing. Draw self. Draw value. Draw the specified value. String. Transform value. Draw sprite. Draw sprite transformed. Draw sprite. Stacked sprites. Draw gradient. Ellipse. Draw line. This is score. Instance hell. Lives. Color alpha, draw alpha. Set font, draw font, use text alignment. And there's file stuff here. Load a file into a buffer, save buffer, rename a file, copy file, delete file, if file exists. How do I use these? Maybe this will work? How does load buffer work? Buffer. Buffer create automatic cleared and filled to 0. Size and bytes of the buffer. Alignment. Buffer get size. Game load buffer. Permanent bidding. File. File text. Open read. Note. Credits.txt. Oops. There we go. Let's try that. See how this... Just see how it works. See what happens. Variable note credits not set before reading it. Okay, so that's not correct. Oh, I need to do this, I guess. Like that, maybe? -1. What is -1? Why is text -1? Doesn't make sense. Number to string, string to number. That's useful. That actually is very useful. It's like an incredibly useful function to have. File, text, read line, file. Oops, wrong one. Got deleted. There we go. Let's try this one. String expecting a number. I'm gonna look up a YouTube tutorial. Maybe there's one for that. To text file. text file, read write basics. This is from 2015, so is this for GameMaker 1 or GameMaker 2? I guess it's not very different, right? Yeah, this is GameMaker 1, alright, and this is code, so that's not helpful. Nobody has what I want. Maybe I should make a tutorial on how to do this then, if I ever figure it out. So I got file. Okay, what is file text read line? ID of the file to read from. Ah. File text open read. Let me do file system. Okay, you know what? File system, D&D file actions. Write to ini if file exists. Would I be using ini files then? Actually, do two different files. Buffer files and ini files. I'm still generic file names. Looks like it only really works with ini files, which is very unusual. I wonder, what is... Okay, what is this? Okay, so there is, in fact, there's a notes folder which has the stuff in it. Yeah, there's my to-do list. Note credits. Yep, and there's the text file for that. So how do I... How would I actually pull this thing in? Get file ID GameMaker Studio. File text read string. File text write real. Contents of the file. How do I get the ID of a file? How do I get a file ID? HTTP get file, that's not useful. File text off. That couldn't possibly be it, right? Do I actually just type in working directory? Oh my god, I do just type in working directory. Okay, plus, note, credits, txt. See if this works. Expecting... Oh, I'm doing the wrong function still. This should be read open, I think? Open read. File text open read. Okay, that's not correct, but it's better than failing. Okay, so assign the variable file text open read. Okay, now what does working directory actually give me? Like, what does that actually point me to? Working directory can actually return two different values depending on what you're using it for. If you're writing a file to disk, working directory points to the area of local storage reserved for your game on the target device, which is app data. However, when reading from disk, working directory can either be the local storage or the area where the included files are stored. Variable will return the path including the final backslash. For example, if you have a default.txt file included with your game, read into memory using working directory, the file will be taken from the area where the included files are stored. Okay, so it'd be working directory, which I guess is where... So working directory would be Open Explorer. So that would probably be to GameMaker Studio 2 / BlockBall. Let's probably go to BlockBall / and then I'd need to add the directory to get to the actual text file, which will be notes / note_credits. Now, how would I put that in? Would I put that in with text, with a thing? Returns string. Okay, let's see here. Working. I'm just gonna see where this pops me out real quick. I'm also gonna just cover the screen real quick, just in case something shows up that really shouldn't. So this is actually what showed up. Y, which is odd because I don't have a Y drive on my computer. What the fuck? Where did I get what? What on earth? Huh. The game's making a bunch of temporary drives that are just... That's new. So whenever you run the game, whenever you save the game, it saves as a temporary file. So you could actually go back if you really need to. Interesting. That's interesting. So working directory is now set there. So that's not gonna help at all. I'd rather not do this manually. There's gotta be an easier way. I guess the easiest way is going to be create an INI file. Let's, alright, let's INI. Close, right INI. Where is this? Where is it going to be? I guess that would actually be... Can I create one here? Script, path, object, note, font, animation, curve, extension. Okay, so that's created an INI file called credits. So now if I go into my thing here, if I go to data files, no. Fonts, no. Notes, objects, sprites, no. Okay, maybe it's an app data? Local, I think. Studio 2. Okay, that's where all the temp files are. It's options to INI. That's not what I need. No, I don't know where I don't know where to do this. I was gonna do it the hard way. So let's see, created by AyotoCorp. Streamed live. There we go. So let's make this Y. Let's make it 200, 400, 600, 800. There you go. Let's move that up. There we go. Rough, but it works. Alright, so that's a new thing to add to the to-do list. Figure out how to pull text from a text file into variables. There we go. So I gotta figure out how to do that. There's file system stuff, but it's just like, I don't know how to actually do it here. Because I need to somehow get the ID for this note and then pull that in. Oh, okay. Let me try something here real quick. So step, or rather create. section key value? I think this is something I'll have to do with later. All right. All right, so next time, I think I basically did what I set out to do today, which is get the rooms set up for the game so it actually functions, and it does. I can come in here, I can start game, I can go to settings, it doesn't do anything, but it exists. I can go to credits, and most importantly, I can exit the credits and I can exit the game. I should probably set this thing up so I can also exit this, but it's not really much of a difference at this point. Like, all I do there is I just have it go main menu, settings, exit. And you know what else I could do, actually? Come to think of it. Let's create a new layer here. I'll put that there, and I'm going to call this menu. And I'm going to just... let's see, UI game. So here, create an event step. Let's see, if key is pressed, make this other escape. We're going to destroy instance. Gonna target object ball. So the ball is going to get destroyed, which will cancel the current game in progress. Then effectively, I'm just going to have 3 options pop up. Yeah. You know what? For right now, I'm just gonna have it so you press escape, it exits you out. So room, menu. There you go. That's all that's gonna do. So go to start game, back to main menu. Ta-da! And I'm going to also set here on the to-do list. So in addition to settings, we're going to have menu pop up when pressing escape during game. Destroy ball slash pause game. I guess what I could do with that is I could just, like... I could store the ball's current position and velocity as variables, and then when it presses escape again, or you press resume game or whatever, it respawns it in the same place with those same values. That's an option. So we'll figure that out another time, I think. But for right now, we got some work done here. We got some work done. I got a menu that works. Working menu with keyboard control and mouse control. Look at that. Settings, I'm going to disable settings for the time being. Credits. I made this. I did it. Start game. Exit the game. Exit the game. Yeah, I want to go to really quickly GUI menu. It's an object menu? No, it's menu selector. That was it. So I'm just going to real quickly disable that for the time being. Just play audio, sound, blip. So now if you select settings, it just doesn't work. There you go. Perfect. Job done. Alrighty. In that case, I think that's where I'm going to leave that. So, to-do list. Next time is going to be... Let's see. Settings. Settings, I think, are going to be the big one. I'll have to probably deal with an INI file for this, because I think that's probably the most efficient way to do it. Apart from... Because if I do that, then I don't have to reset variables every single time I start the game up. So if you want to have game set to that, then, you know, it's fine. And I can always have default as a setting, too. I can go there and go like, okay, the default value is blah, 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 blah. Game can pull... If you push the default button, game pulls those values, puts them back there. And then you can change them as you will, and it'll save that in the INI file, which persists across games. Yes, that seemed like a good idea. Okay, so settings, yep. Basically, it's going to be learning about how to use the INI files. For the rest of it, menu pop-up when I do the game stuff, that'll be something else as well. The winner screen, also another thing to do. Then the text thing will be a thing. Eventually AI, and then we have to get collision. Collision will be upcoming. Anyway, I've got a lot of work to do still here. I'd like to point out, originally my to-do list was like... It was collision, which is a thing, but then it was like... This? Like, this was all I had to do last week, or the first time. Then it turned into this. Now it just keeps getting longer. So... I see now what the problem is. As you go further, you start to realize more and more things that you actually need to do to get the thing working properly. And this is when games development starts to spiral out of control, because eventually it reaches the point of like, okay, yeah, so, this is my game, this is my platformer, it's a Mario clone, and I had to, spend about 4 months figuring out exactly why he was glitching through the ground in a specific part with a mushroom sprite. And that's how it kind of balloons out from there. I'm still not at that point, but I probably will be in a bit. So yeah, anyway, that's where I'm going to leave that. I'm going to put this up on itch shortly. So I'll take care of that in a minute. Otherwise, thanks as always for stopping by. Thanks for checking out the game. Or thanks for watching me make the game, I suppose is more accurate here. Yeah. Next time is going to be, I guess, settings, probably, if I can figure it out. I'm still a little intimidated by that. So settings, and then I've got, like, other menu things I can do, of course, if need be. So that's that. Tomorrow is going to be Sifu, which I'm super excited for because I loved Absolver, and Sifu looks great, and also is not online, multiplayer, and seems to be more like a condensed actual experience as opposed to an open world MMO-ish kind of thing, which is I'm gonna be real, that was probably my least favorite part of Absolver, because I really liked that game, but that part was weird and not a big fan of it. I mean, it was fine, but also it was kind of like, eh. Anyway, that's tomorrow, instead of Pathfinder as usual, just because I have access to it tomorrow. So I'm like, yeah, yes, I will be playing that game tomorrow. I'm very excited for it. So yeah, thanks as always. I'm gonna raid Fully Trained Noob is live, so let's send it over to the him. Currently playing some God of War. So, go say hi to him. Thanks for stopping by. Enjoy the rest of your day, evening, night, what have you. I'll be putting this up on itch shortly. This, once again, you've been listening to StreamBeats. Big props to that website for having all this music up. And see you next time.